Hello, my YouTube family, Disciple here for New Gaming, and before you go, what the heck is this? I am still going to be showing you guys 10 Dark Souls matches, but I just wanted to share something with you guys really quick. The reason I kind of like Yaosh a bit more than Machinima, despite the fact that Machinima, otherwise than Machinima is a big monster and a corporation, not really a company, and more like a family that Yaosh is. I know a lot of people in Yaosh on a personal level, and not only that, but I do get to be a part of something while I help Yaosh grow. One thing that I really like about Yaosh is that they give the directors, they give us some content. They tell us about some content that they have rights from, like NBC is giving us Yaosh directors a chance to share with our viewers something, this show right here, Awake, before it actually comes out. And now the reason I am showing you this to you guys is that this show, I actually watched the whole pilot, the whole first episode for free, and that's kind of one of the perks that we're getting, and I wanted to actually share this with you guys. You guys can actually, there's annotations on the screen, you can click to watch an extended preview that most people won't see, or you can click to watch the whole 45-minute pilot of the show. Now, I know you guys are like, well, this isn't related to Dark Souls, but you guys, I do regard you as my YouTube family. I just figured I kind of wanted to share with you guys something that I kind of am interested in, and that I have a privilege to share with you guys. And this is one of the benefits of Yaosh, and I figured I'd use it. Now, do leave me some feedback on this if you guys want to see things like this in the future. If you guys just want me to stop showing you guys like this, I'll stop spamming me. But I really did want to share this with you guys. You guys can watch the full 45-minute pilot on YouTube. Like I said, there will be a link or annotation. And the show is kind of it's pretty interesting. It's kind of cryptic. It's about this guy that's torn between reality and dream world, but he can't really tell which. And I don't want to share too much of it, but it's kind of like a realistic dream, and one he wants to hold on to. But if you guys ever had a realistic dream where you didn't want it to end, or just something that really seemed real, it's kind of like that. You guys can kind of compare, but I'll leave it up to you guys to go watch it. I'll stop rambling on enough about it, but I do would like some feedback on if you guys want me to share with you some special stuff that I get in the future or not. It's completely upon your guys' feedback. I'll decide what I'm going to do. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys before I get into this 10-minute marathon video. And yeah, please leave me some feedback, and sorry if it bothers you. Alright, now on to Dark Souls. Yay! Okay, so what is this? This is 10 PvPs, like I said, all using the Blue Eye Orb. Most of them you will see me using Dark Moonblade as well. And the reason I'm using kind of really powerful stuff or good setups is that this is a new series I'm starting called The Guilty Must Pay. And you guys are going to like this, and some of you may not. But on average, I'm going to try to put at least 10 PvPs in this series in the future. So I'm really giving the Dark Souls PvP some life, and I'm not going to include a advertisement every time at the beginning. I just wanted to share that with you guys. But anyway, I was thinking about this the other day, is that Dark Moon Blades, they don't get humanity. They don't really get crap for winning as compared to Dark Grass. I don't know if they get less or more souls. People are telling me that they don't get more souls or whatever, but that's not the deal. That when we win, all we get is a souvenir of reprisal and measly amount of souls that I can't even use. And Dark Grass usually can't even use their souls. So their goal is to punish the guilty, punish people that have either broken their covenant or have invaded other people and been indicted. So that as a Dark Moon Blade, I've taken a stance to punish as many of the guilty as possible, and that's just in this series. I won't be a tryhard all the time, but no healing, no, definitely none of that. I'm not gonna be healing or anything like that. I'm not gonna try to backstab fish. I did get that guy because he was flasking. I'm gonna try to avoid backstab fishing, but I'm gonna use powerful weapons. Yes, I am. The bastard sword I was using with Dark Moon Blade does over 800 damage. Just a little over 800, not much. But when you're invaded by a Dark Moon Blade, I don't know if you really even lose anything, but it's not really a big deal. It's just PvP, and I'm punishing the guilty. I'm doing my job, accomplishing the task given me. So I'm pretty much going tryhard mode. I'm not going to be using Giant's armor, Mother's Mask, nothing like that. I might be using the Paladin's armor or some Havel's armor for some stability. I might also use Havel's ring or the Darkwood Grain Ring. I might use that for the roll speed. I'm also most definitely going to be using my miracles, either not in every fight. I don't use them in every fight, but probably Sunlight Blade or Dark Moon Blade. And a lot of people have expressed to me that they feel Dark Moonblade is overpowered, and it is a very powerful miracle. I believe the strongest weapon enchantment in the game. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe it's either the or one of the. And you know, only Dark Moonblades can use it though. That's the thing. So I have to be in the Dark Moon Covenant to use this. So while I'm punishing the guilty, I figure, well, I might as well get the use out of my miracle that I killed 10 guilty to get, and now I'm at rank 2 in the Covenant, so it's even stronger than it would have been, which makes it even more deadly. So I've killed 30 guilty to get it to this point, and I have a lot more souvenirs of reprisal in my inventory. But definitely leave me some feedback on this. If you guys like the idea, and not just the PvP, I am planning, yes, like I said, 10 PvPs in each match is what I'm planning, but not just feedback on whether or not you want me to continue based off of just the PvP, whether or not you like the idea of me punishing the guilty. I'm sure a lot of people will, and I'm sure a lot of people won't, but if you don't, please make sure to be constructive and tell me exactly why. Oh, you're being cheap or whatever. Well, I guess I'll take that as criticism, but you know, that's the whole, it's not really the point to be cheap, because I'm not turtling, I'm not backstab fishing, I'm not healing, I'm not miracle spamming either. I am fighting maybe with a bit of an advantage as far as dealing damage, but that's about it. I'm not really doing anything too cheap, and if you guys want me just to modify it a bit or change it up, I can. And I know that it's kind of, this bastard sword right here is really powerful, but it's not. It does do almost 800 damage, which is ridiculous, and it's still not the strongest weapon in the game. I can use something stronger, but if you guys disagree with me using such a powerful weapon, the bastard sword is more powerful than the claymore. Oh, right here, I invaded a subscriber, Rock and Roll. He's actually played with me in Soul Calibur, and that's why we were waving. He actually beat me the first match we did, and then this one, when I invaded him, I actually ended up getting him back. So it was a 1-1 win to loss. And we both had some fun with this match. It was really surprising invading a subscriber. He'd actually just messaged me before I invaded him the first time, talking about how he got tired of invading these guys that were 3v1ing him. And yeah, we had a good time. We had a really honorable match. That's why I like invading my subscribers. They're always so honorable, because they watch me, and they listen to all my bull crap, and sometimes my false code of honor people have said or whatever, but you know, they're honorable, and I actually don't believe he tried to get that backstab right there. I believe that was an accident, but nonetheless, he didn't fish for it, so I don't care. We had a great match, a good time. I don't know what he was doing at this point. He was just having fun with me, I guess. Like I was saying, the bastard sword and this, the bastard sword is pretty cheap. It does a ton of damage, like I said, and I actually am going to show you guys the messages from when we were talking after. But yeah, it does a ton of damage, over 800. But if I were to use the claymore or something similar, I would do a little less damage, but the claymore has more range, and its R2 is a bit better than the bastard swords. The bastard sword, yeah, the range is really what kind of cripples it. But I'm using a very powerful weapon. Yes, I am, and there he is on my friends list. But it's not really cheap, and all I'm doing is trying to fulfill punishing the guilty. And you guys, of course, can leave feedback, like I said. Now, the Partisan, I don't believe is really overpowered. I think it does 590 or over 600 damage, which is very strong, but it's not as strong as some of the strength build weapons like the BKGA, because it's just one type of damage. It's just physical. So when you hit someone, there's actually less defense. Magic defense and physical defense. When you're hitting someone with the BKG, don't come into effect. It's just physical defense. But when you're using a weapon with a miracle like this, Dark Moonblade, the opponent's physical and magical defense are factored in. So it actually does less damage than it says it would, and it's kind of hard to calculate exactly how that's supposed to work. But and some people will express I don't like this weapon, it's too long range, but it's not. As far as a spear, it's not even really that long of range, and I'm only using it for the R2, which can dead angle, and it has some nice range and 180 degrees that I can swing it. If I were to use the pike or something else, or a lot of people will use the Dragon Slayer Spear and the Demon Spear, which have a ton more range than this, like almost half more range than the actual Phalanx, or not the Phalanx, the Partisan. And their L2 or heavy R2s are even better. So I don't know. I don't really think it's that cheap. If you guys do, of course, I apologize, but the guilty must pay the price. That's the whole idea of the series, and don't worry, this isn't the only thing I'll be doing from now on. But it is going to be one of the longer videos I am planning on doing. For the most of these matches, I do believe I switched between the Bastard Sword and the Partisan. Bastard Sword. I really think if I was going to use, I really think if I was going to be cheap and kind of unfair, I'd use Zweihander, like a Crystal Zweihander +5, and then this, and I think that would do like 1,000 damage. If I really wanted to be cheap, I think that's what I could do. I don't think the Bastard Sword is the worst of it, but anyway, I'm not really fighting in this series. If you guys don't like exactly what I'm doing, I could modify it, but this series is really based upon winning. And right here, I actually switched back to the Elite Knight armor, which really is nowhere really near overpowered. I'm definitely not going to be using anything like the Giant's armor, like I said before. But yeah, enough rambling on. I actually want to share with you some information I discovered about the Dark Moon Blade Covenant, and this I can verify through my own personal experience. What I had believed to be true was that the Dark Moon Blade Covenant, when you use the Blue Eye Orb, there was no level limit as far as low or high, but that's not true. What I discovered is on the Wiki Spaces, Wikipedia, the Wiki Spaces version for Dark Souls, which in most cases is more accurate. I think it's made by the Japanese players or something. Ooh, as I get punished right there by the backstab. What? I'm dead? No, I'm not. But yeah, what I discovered was that it's not, what I said was no level limit is not true for the Blue Eye Orb. It's true for the Dark Moon Blade Covenant ring, where you can be summoned into a Sunlightless Anor Londo and invade someone there. There is no level cap on that, but that's what it was. Not the Blue Eye Orb like some people were trying to tell me. So I'm glad that that's true. I was kind of worried that I was invading people of all kinds of levels, and a lot of them maybe lower than me because I wasn't winning a lot. So I was kind of worried that I was like invading level 1s and stomping them, even though they shouldn't really be in the kiln. But yeah, I'll actually link you guys to the article about the Blades of Dark Moon. A lot of the information there I'm not 100% on, but from my experience with the Covenant, as much as I had, probably a lot more than a lot of people, it seems to be most of it true. Now the Blade Covenant ring, I barely ever use that, and rarely on occasion. I think I've captured me using it once or twice before, where I actually invaded the Sunlightless Anor Londo, which is it's not very common for me. If you go back in my videos, you won't see very many. But yeah, actually I switched it up right here to the Bandit's Knife. And it's only a +5, so it does like 100 damage or 80 damage or something, but cast my miracle on it, it gives it 400. And I just destroyed this guy right here. I would have felt bad if he wasn't guilty. It was pretty, I bet he was pretty surprised actually, because, you know, a lot of people assume this weapon is for backstab fishing, but when you make it a 500 damage monster, it's a lot scarier than you might think. And that's the only the match I used with it, and it was really quick, and I realized that as far as damage per second is concerned with that thing, it's ridiculous and not very fair. Here's a guy in the Giant's armor, which is kind of sad. And this weapon right here, probably as far as his defense is compared to mine, doesn't really do very much more than his. Even though I did make a favorable trade-off and get more damage on him than he did on me, I finished him off right there. Actually, it was a girl. I don't know what she was thinking, to be honest, though. I was quite surprised that Giant's armor tryhard let themselves get killed so quick. And someone said there's no tryhards in this game. There is. There are people that run around naked and win their invasions. They're not tryhards. They have fun with the game, and they're really experienced. There are people that have put on full sets of Giant's armor, or most of the Giant's armor, and Mask of the Mother, and use a Lightning Zweihander, and that's a total tryhard. I mean, I've never even used a Zweihander. I wouldn't even use it in this series, because that just makes it seem like a total tryhard. And this match is actually really funny. You guys are gonna have to watch this. This is really this is kind of like comedic gold. But yeah, as far as the Blades of Dark Moon, I'm really proud that I'm really glad that there actually is a formula to decide the levels, and I think as low as I can go below me, it'd be like 20-25 levels, so it's not that big of a difference. Look at this. He cast what is it, Iron Flesh, and then I don't know, he just became like a lightning rod. He kept taking more damage each of those miracles I threw at him. It was kind of weird. The first one did 400, and I hit him for 500, and I guess because he was so metallic that it actually did more damage to him. He really couldn't move and dodge it. It was really funny. I don't know what he was thinking. I tried to bow to him too. I tried to do the prayer emote, but it didn't let me for some reason. Now this one I want to fast forward through a bit here. Now this enemy, I'm going to assume she was either planning on fighting the boss or she was farming Titanite. Either the way the assumption goes, I don't believe that she was planning on fighting me. That I'm pretty sure of, especially since she's summoning a Phantom right here. The odd thing, though, is that, well, the thing I want you guys to know, that if you do get invaded by Spirit of Vengeance, I'm not sure if this is true for Darkgrass either, but I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. And right here, I'm actually using a weapon that only does 400 damage. My one of my favorite weapons. I don't know. It's not very powerful. You don't spam the rat. You don't spam the BKG. It is so easy to riposte. I almost killed her, and then she stands back up and get her. And something funny happens with Solaire, but I want to ruin it. I attack him right here, but you guys will see. Sunbros, no! Anyway, if you guys are invaded by Spirit of Vengeance, you can actually still go through the boss fog. So, if you really don't want to fight a Spirit of Vengeance like me, you can just continue on through the boss fog. And right there, I realized that he could still hit me when I couldn't even roll. And I ended up dying but getting summoned back here. And now this one you guys are going to love. These guys were camping out. And I know for a fact that these guys were camping out. I invaded with the broken short sword here. Or the broken longsword. I was kind of, I don't know, being kind of wishful as far as my assuming what would happen in this fight. And look at this guy. Ring of Fog, Avalon, White Phantom, and an Orange Phantom. And the thing about it is, I know that they weren't planning on fighting the boss. Is that one was over to the left, up in the hills and mountains kind of area, and another one was over to the right, and then the other guy was sitting there in front, with all three Phantoms already summoned. He was sitting there with the Ring of Fog and Avalon, Lightning Avalon, may I add, because when he shot, I think one of the bullets hit me, but I rolled and I heard a lightning effect. So he was trying to spam Ring of Fog and Avalon on me, with the help of two of the Phantoms. So you guys are going to love the conclusion to this. But yeah, please leave me some feedback on this new series I'm planning on starting. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it so far, and would like to see more in the future. And this was 10 PvPs, nearly a 20-minute long video. One of my longest so far as PvP. Probably my longest. But yeah, nice conclusion here. This is really humorous. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Leave me some feedback on things I can change or do in the future. And I know I wasn't fighting as fair as possible. I know most of the fights I was using a kind of overpowered weapon, but you know, the guilty must pay, and that's the kind of idea. Look at this. Oh man, knocked him off. I got 20,000 souls though. Either he was a really high level than me, or the other Phantom died as well. I didn't see the Orange Phantom. I don't know where he might have went, but that's about it. Love you guys. Thank you for your continued support. Yosh, damn it. God bless.